Hey everyone, so welcome to today's video. This game was very tough indeed between uh, Gukesh D, the world chess champion, and here we see Gukesh D playing with white pieces versus Anish Giri. It was a very combative game. Very trying game it was. They both made a lot of blunders, a lot of mistakes, I mean, a lot of errors they made. Okay, it was very combative game between them. And let's see what happened. This is the Tata Steel round one, and here we having game number 4 in this round. So let's begin. Why not? Please don't forget to actually give the thumbs up, like this video, and please make sure that you have subbed to the channel. That would be just very encouraging. So let's see how the world chess champion got into the trouble, okay, and was almost lost in this game. He just won it by chance, so he can card, okay, but okay, let's actually view one of this actually training game in this round. It was very combative, as I just said, so let's just begin. We have knight to f3, so Gukesh D is playing with white pieces, the world champion is playing with white pieces, and here we see that black is Anish Giri playing with black. Okay, so after knight f3, knight to f6, we have g3, so d5, so they are going for the Catalan opening, so we have bishop to g2, and here we see the actually normal development, both sides, okay. So castles knight to c6, and here white just pushes the move d4, so we have e6, and now here we see c4. So c4 and d4 are the moves to control the center, okay. And here black Anish decides to actually take on c4. Here it is the line. Queen to a4 is the line, okay. And here black cannot actually take because we just take back, and here we are just pushing a lot of troubles, and here really this knight can feel the pressure here. If bishop to d7, now we have a lot of force taking it, and one of the moves that black can play is just queen takes on d4, which we would play bishop takes on c6, bishop d7, and here rook to d1 is possible. If you take this, this is just, and now this pawn will be just a counter in the next move, and the position is slightly better for white because this pawn on c6 is also weak, and white is not done a pawn on it, okay. But let's go back. So taking on d4 is not a good option, so we have bishop to d7 to unpin, okay, bishop d7, and here d takes on c5, bishop takes on c5, queen takes on c4, bishop to e7, and here we see the knight to c3. So white's idea is just to go e4, but okay, castles, now e4 is played, rook to c8 hitting, so the knight later you can jump here to cause actually to make some problematic issues with the queen on this open line. So queen to e2 getting away from this line. We see bishop to c5 by Anish, and after bishop to g5, so I just pin the knight, and I'm just playing the move e5, which actually wins a piece. Here we see h6, and here we see a strange position, a strange strategy by Gukesh. I was completely shocked, but maybe that Gukesh, the manager, the world champion, has actually planned this before the game. Is bishop to h4, and everyone knows that g5 just traps the bishop, right? Yeah, it's right. g5 and now takes, and here black is slightly better. Anish is just slightly better here. And we see e5. So the threat was e5 by Gukesh. So e5 is just a forced move here, is just a coercion. So you must play e5, okay? And now it gives white to go queen to d2. Another threat is bishop to f6. After queen takes f6, I just grab your bishop on d7. Okay, so for example, if you play something like this, then I have taken back my piece and my king is much safer than yours, and also these pawns are also attacked. And here black is just completely hopeless. But bishop to e7, going back, and we just want to take with our bishop on e7 if you take on f6. So bishop to h6, the best move, and here you don't have to save the rook because you're just getting painted like this, okay? Queen here, and if you play something like here, doesn't make any sense. I just play queen to g7 is mate. So you must just give this bishop. No, give this rook, okay? King to h7, we have bishop takes on f8, and here bishop takes on f8. Instead of bishop takes on f8, queen takes on f8 was better choice here after rook to c1, so the game could continue like this. And here we are, and here very nice sacrifice. If you take, I just take here, I believe, or no, we have actually a draw, it seems. g5, king to h7, and then queen to h4. If you try to go this way, then you just completely lost, okay? So that's the point. But queen takes f8 was not played, so instead we have actually bishop takes on f8, and here f4. So Gukesh is just planning to open the game and cause trouble for black's king here. We have bishop to e6, knight to d5, knight b4, so there are a lot of pressure on this knight here. We see takes on e5, so yeah, if you take here, it's still a good move, but the more pieces will be exchanged, then actually it is better for white to actually draw this, okay? So that's why Anish didn't want this and played knight to g4, okay? And he is also rooting also for this check, maybe in future, by eliminating this knight or bishop to c5 already, okay? We have rook a to d1 and king to h8. If you play something like this, then after king to h1, you don't have any actually counterplay against the king. If you play here, I just take, and you're just completely lost in this position. Okay, so that's why bishop to c5 is not a serious threat for now at the moment. So king to h8 was played. So he wants to actually get away from this, because this is just winning an exchange, right? If you play something like this, then here, if you take, I just take, and if you play something like this here, I just can play this way. Okay, and now I'm just up a piece here. So that's why king to h8 was played, guys. If you play something like king to g7, it's possible here, but actually, who really plays king to g7 is the question. You play king to h8 to maybe have bishop to g7 in your hand, okay? So, okay, let's go. Let's continue. King to h8, king to h1. So, we are just getting away from this diagonal of checks and threats. Here we see rook to c2 instead of king to h1. It was better actually for Gukesh to play queen to f4. And now we are just threatening the move h3 here. If you, for example, again play this ridiculous move a6, then after here, if you play this, then maybe we are just going to king to h1 and now knight to b4. Why knight to b4 is knight takes b4 is not possible? Because of queen b6 check, and then after I just grab this. So king to h1, and now creates the threat of taking this, and if you just take my knight, then I just take back, and now I have very strong e and d pawns. So after king to h1, the game could continue, but queen to f4 was not played, and instead king to h1 was played. So it was not played in this order, okay? And now here we see rook to c2 penetrating on the second rank here. We see now queen to f4, and now takes on d5, and actually Gukesh could take, but after bishop takes on d5, if you take, then I just have this intermediate move, and after king to h1, then I go bishop to c5 check, and you are just in trouble. After here, for example, queen takes on d5, it just win immediately, because I'm just going here, I'm just taking this, and I'm going this mate, and everything is just collapsing. So that's why actually Gukesh is still playing. Still you can play. It takes after bishop takes on d5, you have to find rook to f3 here. Rook to f3 was actually difficult, and it makes this game very complicated here. Now g4 is a threat, and the game is completely very actually complicated. If you, for example, play this, then bishop to takes f3, no, it's possible. If you go this way, then it's just rook to e1, nice mate you have on the board. Okay, finding rook f3 with these ideas was actually very difficult. I have to say, I have to confess, this is just very difficult to find. So that's why after taking, we are playing queen to f3, and now we have this knight on our hand. We can take it whenever we want. After queen to b6, we have now e takes on, instead of queen to actually b6, rook takes g2 was possible here, okay, and now, sorry, rook takes on g2, rook takes g2 is possible. After queen takes on g2, we have this knight and this triple fork here. Okay, but let's go actually to the main line. Queen to f3, queen b6, and it takes on d5, rook to f2. You can't really take it because you just lose it very bad after here. You're just losing this game. For example, after this, I can even take this. You can't take because of this mate. But okay, we are not actually. It's not compulsory. Actually, it's not forced move to take the rook. So we can just move a queen away. So queen to c3 was played instead of queen to c3. Actually, queen to b3. If you play the move queen to b3 here, is the move rotates f1. After rotates f1, knight to f2, and we reach this position. You can't actually take because of this mate. Okay, but queen to d1 is possible, but the game continues, but black is just up a piece here and it's just winning. For example, after queen to d1, he has this nice bishop to g4. If you take again, just mate we have, okay, here. And white is completely lost in this position. So but actually Gukesh played the best move in this position. Queen to c3, we have bishop to b4, but instead of bishop to b4, bishop to f5 was a better move for Giri. And now he is just threatening bishop to e4. If you take, I just take it, and for example this, let me just show you, it's just mate, okay. But actually after bishop to f5, the best defensive move would be just the move e6. So e6 check, this is check here. If you play this, then e takes on f7 is possible. If you take this, then I can just make a queen, and I myself actually I just win in this position, okay. If you play this, then I play this, and everything is just collapsing here. For example, to go this way, okay. Rotates f2 here. I believe queen to f7, king h6, queen f6. Here, maybe I just have this. And at least I can play this, yes. After here I can play this. Queen takes c3, queen takes on a7, and yeah, this position is completely winning for white. I could play it like this and then win it very easily. But actually, let's go to the main run, which bishop to b4 was played, attacking the queen on c3. We see queen to c1, and here we are just penetrating, which actually happened in the game. Bishop to f5, queen to g5, and bishop to f8, going to defend. Okay, so we have queen to h4 check, which was actually again a blunder. Queen to h5 was better move. The bishop to h6, rook d to e1, rook takes g2, king takes g2, and here we see nice idea, queen takes on b2. And okay, let's see. The game could be like this, and this game is just dropped because of this very strong pawns here, D and E pawns here. But actually, let's go back. After bishop to f8, queen to h4 was played. We see bishop to h6, and now rook d to e1, and here queen takes on g2, and here blunder by Gukesh. He plays the move h3 and misses this move by Anish, bishop to e4. So bishop to e4 not this time happen here. We have rook takes on f2, knight takes on f2, but let's actually say and actually explain what actually was the best move here instead of h3. Instead of h3, he could have actually played the move rook takes f2, knight takes f2, king to g1, and here after knight to g4, the game is completely draw. And now we are just trying to king to f2 and just winning the game. But actually, here h3 was played, and now we see this tactical idea. Bishop to e4, as I just mentioned. Rook takes f2, knight takes on f2, king to g1, and here he actually did king to g1. Actually, after this very tricky moment here, it is completely winning for Anish Giri. If he could find a move where it's very extraordinary move to find, knight to g4 here. And now everything is just defended. Everything, believe it or not, is defended. Black has a lot of actual threats. For example, he is just defending this knight. He is just defending taking the bishop. Okay? And he's also threatening here and to take the bishop here. For example, if you, it's just a check after king to g7, you don't have any more. You have to just give your queen, okay? For example, you cannot just take this, okay? And it's completely winning. But it's very amazing move to find. If you play this, then you're genius. Knight to g4, very nice. And if you take this, then it's just like this. I can, no, not this. I play queen to b6. After here, I just play this. Rook to e1 takes, and here bishop to f1 also takes, and this is just completely lost. If you play this, then you're just making like this, even simpler. But at this moment, knight to g4 was not played. Knight to g4 was not played, and here Anish went for queen to b6, which was blunder. And Gukesh just simplified the game by queen to f6 and now takes takes. And now you see that all the things are handy, you have to exchange, and after these exchanges here, you may say that, oh, black has two pieces, but wait, rook is active here, and we have just very strong pawns here. So this is completely lost for black. After this, at c5, it's just game over, and at this position, Anish decided to resign and give up this game. Actually, that is very logical. It's just now this pawn and this one. Okay, this is completely lost. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please give the thumbs up, like this video, and please make sure that you have subbed to the channel. That would be just very encouraging. So see you next time. Bye for now.